What is product development? We believe that product development is where the difference lies between a company and a company. The first company is a slow dying company. The other company is a energized, continuously innovating, continuously developing. For those historians who are interested in the development of corporate or structures, study Japan, that how Japan took the leadership and taught America what product development was. They would not just go out and pick up an idea from a phone book and bring a product. They studied the market and they said, oh, this is what people do, so why don't we invent a nail cutter to cut their nails? And oh, this is how they do it, or this is how the leather is required, or this is how the boxes work, and this is how. So they try to solve the simplest problem, and they created not one or two or three or five, about 1 million products each time. And then there was a time that America became the #1 country that had the largest number of patents, intellectual property patents, and the largest number of trademark registered. And behind each patent and behind each trademark, there was an organization or something of intellectual property that was being introduced into the market. We feel that if Pakistan does not acquire very rapidly the understanding of product development, this is not a $2 book or a 3-day seminar or some social media activity. This is thinking deeply, very deeply, that whatever business you are in, how many new things can we develop? Because product development very often doesn't require big capital investment, but it requires big minds. Big factories are factories, but big minds are big minds. So if you study history, you will find that the growth of economy and the growth of mega businesses or life-altering businesses or dramatically large businesses were direct results of not big factories, but big minds. Product development is a mental process, and it is not an accounting, numbering, assembling process. If you can train your mind to think of innovative styles and innovative products, then you will see a very different universe. They will be amazing. I'm delighted, I'm honored to have with me some very interesting people from Pakistan. I have with me Nazir Ahmed, and I have Aman Kamran, and then Aman Kamran, and then I have Luqman from Pakistan. And we are going to basically talk about what goes on and how things work out and what are some of the challenges. But to start with you, Nazir Saab, you said that you have created over 100 enterprises. You currently manage in excess of 50 enterprises. These enterprises employ in excess of tens of thousands of people. I'm sure that product development and innovative thinking must have been a very important role. And then, Aman, you have got these creative, new IT-based situations, and you are trying to figure out that whatever these new products are, how they are connecting to the end user and how they do that. And then you are, Luqman, you are in the clearing and forwarding business, but IT driven, and now custom and delivery and procedures, everything.
We do for the capital market.
For the capital market.
Clearing and
financial. But the thing is, isn't it interesting that how it's all connected? How it is connected? Somebody makes the product, somebody ships it, like TCS, the logistical company, the barcode, the purchase, the address, then that gets into here, then the customer makes a code saying they like the product, it goes in social media, it comes back to you for a new thing, it comes back to you for some processing. It's like a big ocean where every transaction is not only being recorded, is being measured and weighed, and then it's coming back, and it's a huge, huge thing. So to start with you, please tell me some of your thoughts and challenges on product development and what you see as the future to all these 5,000-10,000 businesses that are listening this marathon.
Thank you very much for inviting me. I think any product must have the origin from the need of the market, need of the society. And the first thing is the idea has to be very good. In any successful entrepreneurship that we scan and examine, if the idea is good, it is really going to succeed. So after idea, the team is the most important thing. The team has to be good, and the team should be capable to take care of each aspect of the business that you're developing. The third thing that we do in any product that we develop is we do HCD. HCD is human-centered design. Any product has to be developed according to the target market. We really have to address all the issues, and we have to solve their problem. So our ideas are secondary, and the market need will actually give us the design of the product. So it has to be human-centered design. Then comes bootstrapping. By bootstrapping, what I mean is you have to identify the resources that you have available at this moment. The resources may be technological resources, human resources, financial resources, and any other specific need that the product requires. So you have to identify your resources, and according to the available resources, you have to design your product. And of course, IP is an important component of any successful business, because if it's a good idea, copycats are everywhere. So just to protect your business, your idea, you must go for IP, intellectual property, as soon as possible. So these are the very initial things that you should do, a startup should do, and take care of these things. And then actually comes funding. Funding in this revolutionary stage, I normally describe this era as the third revolution of human history. The first was when man moved from Stone Age to proper farming and community living. Then wheel was invented, automation came in, so that was the industrial revolution. Now this is ICT revolution going on. We are experiencing that. So there is so much innovation going on, and there are so many tools available for innovation. So man can really transform a thought into practice with much powerful tools that are available today. So there is a lot of innovation required, there are a lot of needs to be satisfied, there is a lot of room for new ideas. So one should really keep on scanning that where technology can be applied to facilitate a particular segment or in general the masses. So these are my thoughts about.
Do you think that in the mid-sized business economy, product development is one of the critical link for their prosperity, or their lack of thinking that they have to invent rather than be in the commoditized format where they ship tons of yards or tons of thing and then they don't. So they're in the fruit business but not in the juices and how they can create new things out of it. Line extensions and all that. Because
as I just mentioned, that product development is the most important aspect that will make or break any business.
really,
If it is developed right, and the various segments that I just described, various aspects of the product development I just described, if they are taken care of, chances of success are very good. Funding is available in this particular era in abundance. If the product is right, if the idea is right, if the team is right, money will follow.
I agree with you. Tell me, Anam, how do you describe a little bit what you have done or achieved and how your business model is? And tell me, how does it fit in the innovative cycle and how does it augment and support mid-size economy or whatever we are doing here in this circus?
Okay, so I started my e-commerce journey through a Facebook page.
Right.
I created a Facebook page to sell some jewelry, imported jewelry, and that Facebook page in 2012 got me here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, in 2 years.
Tell us the size and operation of your business.
In 2012, I created Facebook page. Then, after overwhelming response, I created a website of that name, buyon.pk, and that website became a huge success for me. I realized that many people can earn through e-commerce actually, and during that time, many other big name marketplaces were launched, and they were actually catering big and established brands. They were taking them on board for e-commerce. So I realized there is a gap between e-commerce and small and medium-sized businesses. So I converted my Facebook page into website in 2012, and from 2012 to 2014, I converted my website into a marketplace.
Wow, beautiful.
So now in 4 years, we are working with 2,900 plus sellers with us. We don't own any inventory now. We are mediator in between the seller and the customer, and we are actually catering micro, small, and medium-sized businesses who are selling through e-commerce, who are making their living better through e-commerce. Most of them are living in tier 2 and tier 3 towns and cities of Pakistan. And our customers are also living there in mid or low-sized areas. They are buying through e-commerce because they have smartphones, they have broadband there, and they know how to call us. I mean, we don't have restricted them to fill the form in English. If they don't know how to fill the form, they can call us, they can connect us through WhatsApp or Facebook or whatever medium they can use. So this is how we are actually empowering them in both ways, like customers and sellers both are empowered through us.
That's an interesting success. This story was such a simple start. Now, what is your message and what do you think are the challenges that if Pakistan were to take off in a positive direction, and in order to do that, I know that there is technology, there is accessibility, there is modernization translated into back again into technology. Like Nazir said, that finance is a secondary problem. Good ideas, good execution, good management, good execution is really what it's all about. What are some of your thoughts, and how big and how large is your horizon, and where next time when we meet few years down the road, what kind of things are you dreaming of?
All right. So when I was in the transition process from converting e-store to a marketplace, I was actually learning about how Alibaba have evolved, and luckily I won the e-founders fellowship of Alibaba. I went there in China and learned there in 2 weeks program, and I learned how they have actually created the digital economy in their villages and their metropolitan cities. So that learning I'm trying to apply here in Pakistan as well. It's been 4 years since we have converted into a marketplace, and we are bootstrapping up till now. We have been reached by the investors, but we don't know only the money. We need strategic partnerships. We need someone who can bring actually the experience and strategies along with him or her. So yeah, funding is not the only thing, and it's not the primary thing to sustain or to grow. You have to be innovative, you have to be creative in order to succeed and being sustainable. With funding, you might grow exponentially, like you can attain thousands and millions of customers, but it's not necessary that you will be sustainable with funding. So yeah, we are actually working on our own, and we are trying to innovate time to time with learning from local and international markets.
Interesting, very interesting environment. Luqman, in the financial services, how do you see product development? How do you see the role of mid-sized businesses in this transformation that's going on? I'm sure it's going to create the emergence of a lot of new companies and new brands that are going to come out. And it's also going to shake down a lot of old school thoughts and so on. So please, give us share some thoughts.
Thank you, Nazim. Actually, the National Clearing Company is doing the job of a clearing and settlement, and it's provide the clearing and settlement for the capital market. And it is a kind of a regulated entity, so we basically have a limited type of services which we offer to the capital market investors. But in that market also, and because of the fact that financial markets are needing the products to be given to the customers so that the market can be more dynamic and attract more investors and caters the need of the financial investors. So in that case, National Clearing Company is not only doing the clearing and settlement for the capital market, and we introduce quite a few new products like availability of the funding for the investors, and also making it different products which help the regulators to regulate the markets. In addition to that, we also helping the government to collect the taxations through our technological systems, and we launched that capital gain tax mechanism through which the FPR can recover the taxes through the introduction of that IT-based system, which allows the investors and the government to work and in a way that it will be a win-win situation for everyone. So as the financial industry is based on the fintech and the technology, and new products are the key to the success of the dynamism in the capital market, we need to adopt the new products.
Continue.
We need to adopt the new products so that we will be able to give our customers the products which are available to the international capital markets.
So why don't you lay out a plan that what do you think present leaders of the government, of the Chamber of Commerce, of the trade associations do that would make product development bring it to the forefront, bring strong institutionalized training, focus, attention, so that this becomes as a part of the thing. So just some of your thoughts in response to Luqman and everything.
The government intervention is there. The ICT R&D fund is supporting right from student level up to the researchers. They provide fund for the research purpose, for product development. And they do not provide training, but they provide funds for training. So the government has this initiative. Then Pakistan Software Export Board is also supporting some training programs. And the chambers are unfortunately not that active. Even the federation is not that active.
And why is that?
Unfortunately, the leadership that we see there are all Seths, and they have with due apologies to them, they have a very narrow perspective, and they really do not or cannot look that deep into the disruptive technologies that are emerging today. So that's the issue. I think with young leadership coming up in next few years, the situation might change. So about funding, I was just thinking that one of the latest thing is ICO. which is a kind of crowdfunding or cryptocurrency funding. Of course, it's not legal in Pakistan, but it's legal in many countries. So one source of funding today, which is comparatively much convenient and easy and accessible, is ICO. So I think startups should also consider this aspect as far as funding is concerned. Naseem?
So, do you think that we are going through a change? Do you think this change will happen? Do you think that does it require any special magic for a change like that? How do you transform 5,000 businesses who are stuck? They have never done product development. They're very happy in commodities. They're this and that. How do you think they can just suddenly say, okay, from now next 2 years, that's how we're going to do? How do you do that? Now, this is only a debate and a discussion for 12 hours. Nobody's going to change in 12 hours. It's a start, then we play it again, we do repeat, we do it into other cities and we do it. But the thing is, out there, if you are a Chamber of Commerce, a trade association, investment board, whatever, where is the missing link? All the facts are on the floor, all the technology, we are doing it. What was missing in the past? What is it that I brought? What did Expothon brought to Octara and all this? What is so special about it? So how to
I
explain?
would like to reply to that because I just want to share the number of investors of the Pakistani capital market, so we have only 250,000 investors of the Pakistan capital market, whereas around 2.5 to 3 million in Bangladesh and more than 20 million in India. And if you take the number of investors for China, it's like 700 million investors in the capital market. So I think this Expothon can play a very important role to disseminate the real information to the investors so that they can invest in a proper manner, in a proper company and avoid any risks. And it will create the flow of information which is required to make the investors more educated and to make them educated so that they can take the decisions which is beneficial for them.
Absolutely, we can. But we look at it that this is really government's job, Export Promotion Bureau's job, this is Ministry of Commerce and this and that. We are in conversation with them. Hopefully they will see it all this fit together. We also believe that other countries that have become very successfully, they became the magnet of foreign investment. They brought sophisticated procedures and system. I have seen the Pakistani Foreign Investment Board roadshow, where they have 7,500 people from Pakistan, mostly same people that you see them again and again, mostly who are not expert in any particular thing, mostly talking about the same old stuff, and only 2-3 foreigners in that crowd. And that's the investment boards that are trying to go and do that. Now, why we talk so openly and boldly or critically? Because this is not the way it is supposed to be done. You need professionalism, you need expertise, you need proven experiences, you need authoritative knowledge. You don't need just some quick MBA and 3 attendance of some Dubai conference to turn you into a wizard into that. Authoritative knowledge how it is done, and then you deploy and you deliver it in such a way, and then you bring foreigners. That show is not for the same old bureaucratic bodies who are going on a fishing trip. We talk like this in the West, so I allow, forgive me if I'm offending anybody, but the idea is this, that you want foreign investment, that's how you get the numbers. So when somebody says, oh, we got 1 million investors, somebody got to go and catch them one person at a time. And that requires procedural and those things.
If you allow me to share what I have been trying to do, you mentioned about Export Promotion Bureau, now it is called TDOP, Trade Development Authority of Pakistan. For the last 7-8 years, I'm giving them a model like Alibaba, that you create an e-commerce village where any product, any person making a product can be incubated. So a company in e-commerce, as Anam would confirm, that there are 32 different stages, starting from product development, cataloging, marketing, logistics, funds transfer, payments, yeah. So there are so many steps that any novice or any small trader cannot manage all these. So what I suggested to TDOP, that you create an e-commerce village where you provide all these facilities and let these people grow in e-commerce. Because if we really want to eliminate middlemen, if we really want our product to be affordable to the world, if we really want to be accessible, our products to be made accessible to the world, e-commerce is the solution. Online selling is the solution. So if we can create an incubation e-commerce village and facilitate the small producers, SMEs, to market their product to us. So we do all the facility, all the expertise we provide them, starting from cataloging, starting from its logistics, marketing, funds transfer, after sales support. If we provide everything under the banner of TDOP, then probably Alibaba has really contributed to the growth of Chinese business. Similarly, Pakistan products will be having, I target that at least $3 to $4 billion exports can be channelized, new business could be channelized through this in the next 3 to 4 years.
You're from Islamabad.
Yes, kind of.
I'm sure that one of these days, especially after running this for a couple of days, you may have an opportunity to sit with the leadership and then you say, look, Expothon can push few buttons and bring some forces and put this thing in such a way, because if those organizations, if they really knew, they would have done it. Oh, by the way, I don't want to be harsh to institutions in Pakistan. We have similar situations in Canada. We have similar situations in America, in England, and all that. The Chamber of Commerces, which served the industry for the last 200 years, and they still play a critical role in lobbying and in pricing and policies and arbitrations and so on. And they do a very good job. And they should be there, and they should do that. But marketing, product development, expansion, getting investment, getting attention, getting the image, getting the identity, getting the exposure, go out and becoming successful, that's not their mandate. It's nowhere around the globe. We have spent a great deal of time with Chamber of Commerce around the globe. They are very good public relation institutions on the bureaucracy side of the processing of the goods and services, which we call the old custom lobby. To be very frank, they do carne and all that stuff. Wonderful, they do a great job. What we are talking is about a revolution. We're talking about how do you take 5,000 people and 10,000 people, create 10,000 products and shake down the tree. We speak a very different language. And this is where the challenge is. We think people like you can do it. We have the tools to show you how to do it. We have got the resources and authoritative knowledge to show you how to do it. And we feel that the time is right. But I wish I could carry this conversation for a longer period, but I want to thank you for finding the time to do it. I want to thank you, Anam and Luqman. But we will keep this dialogue open. We have other debates coming. We'll want to do one in Lahore, we want to do one in Islamabad. And we want to promote this as a very solid, conceivable strategy. Plus, there is really no cost. We think if the mind can grow, the business will grow. We just categorically don't believe that the business just can keep on growing and if your mind doesn't. Because this is how businesses also collapse, because they reach their mental capacity, and that's how business collapse. So we are more on the mental side. And then we say mind is the best gift of the universe that we already have for free. So rest is all history. I really want to thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Great panelist. Thank you. Thank you.